So how this is happening?
Ma'am, can you let me write it? The mind map, I want to make it.
This one.
Yes, ma'am.
See, from stimulus there
Ma'am,
will be
just give me just 3 minutes. I will write it down.
okay. But the thing I'll give you PDF, right?
Ma'am, but still,
Okay.
ma'am, you can also explain. I'll write and I'll listen to you. Also.
Previously we have seen, right? When stimulus is given, then what will happen? Receptors are sensitive to stimuli, right? And what will happen after that? Electrical impulse will be generated. It will be in the dendrite of sensory neuron. Impulses will start from there, and then it will travel to the cell body of the neuron, then axon, then synapse, right? The gap. Then the next dendrite of other neuron, then cell body. Then like this, it will go to the various neuron. Then it will go to the CNS. Okay. Then there the information will be given, and according to that, CNS, brain or spinal cord will interpret it, and then it will give what to do, and then the signal will go to the dendrite of motor
I
neuron.
have to tell you something. I have to tell you something.
Yes.
Ma'am, I was saying that can you take a doubt class for the first chapter any day? Like when you like, because
Okay.
ma'am, I'll have some doubt.
Which day do you want it?
Ma'am, whenever you are free, it's okay. Like next week also, because ma'am, next week is okay because I'll try my best to get it on my own.
Next we have cell body. From there, dendrite of motor neuron. Starting it is sensory neuron, then motor neuron. From brain will take information and it will give it to the motor neuron. Motor neuron will take up. This impulses will from dendrite of motor neuron, it will go to the cell body, then axon, then effector. You will see what is it. This is the way. Now let's see. What is reflex action? It is the response, rapid response, immediate response to any stimulus. Okay, that is reflex action. And reflex arc, it is the pathway, the route of that reflex action. Okay, and what is effector? It is muscle. And there are.
I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. It's not that clear. That's why. Zoom, ma'am. Can you zoom in? Zoom in. Yes, that's okay. That's right.
So when we touch the hot pan by hand, what will happen? There will be stimulus, right? That is heat. Receptors are sensitive to it, and it will detect the stimulus. And what will happen? There will be impulses generated, right? The sensory neurons will carry it to the spinal cord. Then spinal cord will tell what to do. That is to move the hand, lift the hand. And this information will go to the motor neuron, will take up and will go to the effector, muscle of our arm. Okay, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So response will be the lifting of the hand.
What, ma'am?
Lifting of the hand. How does this muscle respond? Like, why does that muscle move?
Ma'am, it is because of effector.
Yeah, effector will come and it will move. Why it is moving? Because when the impulses come,
yes,
what will happen? This muscle have proteins, and because the impulse is coming, the shape of the protein will change.
Ma'am, your voice was gone in between. Can you just explain once more?
So what was I telling? Why does this muscle move? So this muscle, right? This effector have proteins in them. Okay. Now, when electrical impulses comes, what will happen? The protein will change its shape and it will contract. If it is contracting, what will happen? There will be change in the muscle. The hand will lift up. This is how it happens. This is what? Reflex action. This whole thing is reflex action. Okay, this is happening. And this pathway it is taking, right? That is reflex arc. Got it? Because in this case, spinal cord is involved. It is called spinal reflex arc. Mostly in your NCERT, everywhere there is only this reflex action. It's given about this spinal cord only. Okay. Now there is another type, that is cerebral reflex action. Here, what will happen? When can you see this figure?
Yes.
So when we go outside, we are in dark room, okay, and when we go outside, there is bright sunlight. The stimulus will be bright sunlight, okay. Then receptors will be this bright sunlight, this stimulus. will be received by the eye, right? The electrical impulses will be generated, and this sensory nerves, right? It will carry that impulse and go to the brain. Why to the brain? Because it is nearer, okay, nearer than the
Okay, ma'am.
spinal cord, and then the information will be given, what is happening there, or everything will be analyzed by the brain. And this is like this switch, when you turning on the light, what you will do, you will push that button, right, on button, and it will on, right, like that. The signal will go to the brain. Already this instruction is given. If this bright light is coming, what that brain will do, motor neuron will receive that, okay. And what will happen in the effector, there will be contraction, okay, muscle contraction of the eye. Then because of that, what will happen, the pupil will shrink, okay.
Understood, ma'am. Understood.
Understood, right?
Yes, yes.
This happens within second,
Okay.
okay. This is immediate response.
No, ma'am, it is unnoticeable, ma'am. No one can notice.
Yes, it is rapid. Now let's see central nervous system in that brain. What do we have here? Brain has three regions. That is forebrain, then midbrain, then hindbrain. Okay. Now this forebrain, what does it have? Mainly consists of cerebrum. Cerebrum. This brain, how it is protected? It is protected by this skull, that is cranium. And one more thing. Yes.
Ma'am, what is the one more thing? Sorry.
Yes, what?
Ma'am, the third one, what it is written, ma'am? HI.
HI?
After midbrain, what is written?
Hindbrain.
Okay, hindbrain. After it was HID.
It is hindbrain, okay. I have written.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now it is proper, right?
Yes, no, sir.
Here, what is that part? I called cerebrum. Midbrain, it does not have any further division. Then hindbrain, it will have three things: pons, cerebellum, and medulla. This cerebrum, right? It is a thinking part of the brain, right? Here only this learning, reasoning, intelligence, all the personality, memory, everything is this here.
Okay, ma'am.
All the data. See, all our thoughts, action and movement, right? It is controlled by the cerebrum. And there is different area for different things. Next, what do we have? You have to remember that all the voluntary action is coordinated by cerebrum. All the voluntary. Voluntary meaning?
I forgot the meaning. Can you tell?
No. It means that we are doing it ourselves. Okay.
Okay.
It's not happening automatically. We are thinking and we are doing. That is voluntary action. Is here the cerebrum part, it is doing this thinking, that the heartbeat and digestion, this all are happening involuntary. These all are involuntary action, okay. But the voluntary action, right, the catching of the ball or throwing of the ball or running, doing some other work, dancing, all this thing will be the work of cerebrum, okay, because that is voluntary action. Understood, Shazan?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, midbrain, it involves in the reflex action. We have talked about the reflex action, right? That one. Of what? Next, hindbrain. Hindbrain, what does it do? Here, this pons, it will regulate. Pons, it will regulate respiration.
Madam, cerebellum?
Cerebellum, it is balancing part.
And what does it balance?
We are walking and we are dancing and racing. The body structure, movement of the body. We are not falling off, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The balancing part is done by the cerebellum. Next, we have medulla. Involuntary actions. Like what? Like heartbeat. Our blood circulation, right? It involves medulla. Then breathing. Then that peristaltic movement of the digestive canal, right?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Ma'am,
Hello.
involuntary could be heartbeat
Yes, correct.
or breathing.
Yes, correct. This, and also one more thing I've told about this peristaltic movement, right? It is also involuntary. It is controlled by medulla. Can you think of some other involuntary movements related to this digestion we have learned, right? Can you guess?
Ma'am, digital digestion.
In the
Can you give
nutrition.
one example? Can you give one example?
I am telling you in this digestion in human only. One example is there.
Absorption.
No, I'm talking about simple thing. That is saliva. Whenever we see food, delicious food, the involuntary action will happen. Saliva will get saliva. Okay. Saliva will be secreted.
Ma'am, is blinking also involuntary?
If you think about, it is involuntary. The changes in the pupil size when we see bright, dark places, right? That one, it is reflex action.
Okay.
And it is type of involuntary. Mostly voluntary action is done by the cerebellum, right? And if you are telling it to do like acting, that time when you blink, you want it to blink. No, it is not blinking naturally, because naturally our eyes doesn't stay still. Okay. And if you are making it blink, that time it is done by the cerebellum, and it is voluntary action. Naturally, if you are blinking, that is not controlled by something, then it is involuntary. Got it?
Okay.
Crying also. It is like that. When you don't get chocolate, you cry. That is what? Or involuntary or voluntary action.
Ma'am, voluntary?
Yes, it is voluntary. So these things over. And we have one more thing. That is spinal cord. We don't have any spinal cord here. The spinal cord, it is like this. This is the back of a human. Here, the middle bone, right? Bone-like structure. This is our spinal cord, vertebra, backbone. It is called spinal cord. This spinal cord is which shape? It is cylindrical in shape. And from where does it begins? Where is that? Where is the brain thing? Yeah. Here we have medulla, right? From there itself, it will begin. The spinal cord will begin. And it will be enclosed in what? Vertebral column. Spinal cord work, what is that? Reflex arc. And one more thing, it is the conduction of nerve impulse to and from the brain, because it comes in middle, right? That's why.
Ma'am?
Any signal will go through the spinal cord and will go to the brain. Okay, it is the middleman. Yes.
Ma'am, is it true that if you get hurt on your spinal cord, you could get paralyzed, whole body paralyzed?
Yes. You see, the spinal cord has many nerves, and it is connected to the brain. And some nerves will be connected to the part which helps in the movement. And if that part is injured, that nerve is injured, then signal could not be passed. Then what will happen? You won't be able to move. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, talk about this thing. Before that, let's see this. I haven't said about the nervous system, how it is divided. Nervous system. We have what? Central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. In peripheral nervous system, we have two types. That is autonomic nervous system, and one more thing is voluntary nervous system. Central nervous system, what do we have here? We have CNS and spinal cord. What I'm writing, brain and spinal cord. In peripheral nervous system, what do we have? Voluntary nervous system and autonomic nervous system. All the nerves will make up what? Peripheral nervous system.
Excuse me, ma'am, can you give me 2 minutes? I'm coming.
Yes. So this autonomic nervous system, what will happen? Those nerves will be involved in automatic action, involuntary actions, and involuntary nervous system nerves will be involved in voluntary action. Okay, that's all. Next, we'll talk about hormones, animal hormones. Shazan, you're back. Ria, when will you complete? When will you give your presentation?
Ma'am, tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Ma'am, I can send the PPT to you now. Should I send it?
Okay, you can send. Then I will present it. Then you can explain it. Okay. Can
Ma'am,
we go with that?
Can I do that tomorrow then?
Yes, tomorrow.
Thank you.
Shazan, you're back. First thing, what are hormones? The hormones are simply what? Chemical substance. This nervous system, right? If there are some parts where the nervous system could not reach, internal organs. Okay, so for signal to reach there, in that condition, the hormone will be used?
Ma'am, can I drink water and come?
Yes. Shazam,
Yes, ma'am, I'm back.
you're back.
Yes.
So where were we? Here. Where is it? So nervous system, one was central nervous system, the other one was peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system, brain and spinal cord. And peripheral
Ma'am,
nervous,
this one you have explained. This one you have explained.
you are there. Peripheral nervous system, all the
Ma'am,
nerves.
you have explained this before in previous class also, I think.
Okay. Then we'll continue with hormone. Hormones are what? Chemical substances. And it will be secreted in very small amount, okay, by some glands. Those glands are called endocrine gland. Hormones are directly put in the bloodstream, like poured in the bloodstream. Okay. First thing, let's see, there are two types of gland. One is exocrine gland. The other one is endocrine gland. Exocrine gland have ducts. Ducts meaning tube. Whenever it secretes something, the duct will carry, right? Like for example, the salivary gland, what does it secrete? Saliva. And it will secrete into the salivary duct. That is called exocrine gland. And this endocrine gland, what does it? It is duct-like. It does not have ducts. It secretes its product where directly into the bloodstream, into the blood. Hormones are what? Chemical substance, or you can say it is chemical messenger. So when a hormone is produced somewhere, okay, a part of the body and one part of the body, and it will act on other part of the body. Through this blood, it will reach the target organ wherever it is required. So some glands, right, in our body have the exocrine and endocrine function. Can you name that? That is, it acts as how? By secreting. Exocrine gland, how? In the digestive system, what does it secrete?
And digestive enzymes.
Yes, pancreatic enzymes, pancreatic juice, which contains digestive enzymes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That will act as exocrine gland because it will go to the duct. Next, it will act as also what? Endocrine gland. How? It will secrete insulin, which help in the blood glucose level. Okay, it checks blood glucose level. And one more thing, testis and ovary. Both this thing are also these two types of work. Exocrine gland like work also the endocrine gland work. How it will do the exocrine gland work? Exocrine gland, they secrete sperm. Endocrine, like they secrete what? Hormone, that is testosterone. And ovary, they secrete what? Ova, or release ova. And secrete which hormone? Estrogen and progesterone. We have many endocrine glands, and which produce what? Various hormone. This is called what? Endocrine system, or you can say hormonal system. So nervous system also helps in the control and coordination, and also endocrine system, that is hormonal system. So how many hormones are present inside our body? Thing you can see, we have pineal gland, then hypothalamus, then pituitary. This is the pineal and this is the hypothalamus. Here we have pituitary. Then we have thyroid gland here. Then we have parathyroid gland here. Then we have thymus. Then this is pancreas. Then adrenal glands. Then ovaries. Ovaries only it will be present in females, and testis will only be present in the males. This is the location of the what? Endocrine glands in our body. In the starting class, I have talked about this dog. When you see dog, you start running. Which hormones are used? This hormones from the adrenal gland. What is it called? Adrenaline hormone. So adrenaline hormone, it is secreted in the bloodstream when we encounter a dangerous situation. What will happen? This adrenal gland will increase our heartbeat, then breathing rate, then blood will flow into the muscles. So all this action, what will happen? it will produce large amount of energy very quickly. So this energy will help in situation to run very fast, and also we can fight, because this helps in providing the energy also. So right, blood flow, right, will change the direction in this case. Can you understand this? How the breathing rate, then the blood will flow into muscles. For every action, right, every reaction we require energy, right, inside our body for digestion and all the processes. So what does this adrenal hormone do? It gives the signal we are in danger. So no need to flow blood, no need to flow there. All the blood should come to the what muscle. So energy would be generated more in the muscles, and stored glucose will also come to the muscles. Energy from that stored glucose, okay, and it will flow into the blood, and this blood flow again it will go to the muscle. So many energy will be generated. So energy is generated, we can use it either to run or to fight. Use this energy either to run or fight. This adrenal hormone, what does it do? It gives energy. Okay, got it, Shazan and Ria?
Yes, ma'am.
In the emergency situation, when you see the blood, right, that blood will contain many adrenal hormone.
Ma'am, say we're on a roller coaster. Does adrenaline still be released when we get scared on a roller coaster?
Yes. In dangerous situation, it gives us energy to cope with that. The energy, the blood will not flow to other parts. I mean, it will reduce the flow from the other parts. More blood will flow into our muscle.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, we'll end our class here. We'll talk about the endocrine gland, all the hormones they secrete, and what are the works of the hormone. We have only talked about this adrenal gland, and it secretes what hormone? Adrenaline hormone. Remember. Okay, thank you guys. See you next class.